Okay, so let me begin with first saying if anyone has had any delays from the DWP, for any sort of reasons to do with your benefits and it's affected you, there's a link in the description below because they're performing an investigation. So if you have information, just, whether it's you or someone you know, get in touch, let them know so they can actually investigate the whole situation, the extent for how far it goes, and who is really being affected by it, because they're in some serious trouble. Anyway, on to the main thing. Epetitions was down for quite a while since the election. It'll be shortly after the election. It took 2 whole months after the election. They went through the whole excuse of it being delayed because they wanted to change it, but then that seems to have changed for the worse, because before, any petitions were assessed whether they were valid, and you could read them even if they weren't valid straight away. And even when they were assessed, you didn't need any additional signatures or anything to get them live. Now, you need 5 people to support it before it will even tell you what the petition is about and before it will ever go live. So people have to trust on you for being, it says your name's petition rather than what the petition is actually about. So they sign it based on your name, and you need 5 people to agree to do that before it will ever go live. And then it takes 10,000 signatures for them to respond to it, and 100,000 for them to take it up in a debate. And because of that, there's a debate on whether cannabis should be legalised and the other things. It's just, there's a lot of stuff on there which they're really going to have to now debate in things, because they've put 100,000 signatures as the limit and 10,000 for it to get a response. So these could be quick, but also it's harder to get them up in the first place because you need 5 people to just agree to it blind and hope that you're not saying, oh, well, it's this petition when it's actually something else. So it does kind of take the piss a little to make it harder for anyone to petition it. And I guess that's why it took so long to go up. But there are already so many that are saying, no, petition against the Conservative government, petition against David Cameron, petition against this, no confidence in this person, no confidence in that person. And obviously I've made no confidence in the Conservative Party because obviously their percentage wasn't a majority, because the majority of the votes actually went elsewhere. So they shall have to deal with that, I suppose, at some point. But obviously mine doesn't go live until 5 people have agreed. And even then, just to clarify, there's also another page which you could click on, which isn't the put your name behind it, and it says, oh, 5 people have already agreed to it. And it's like, oh, no, you don't need to actually side with this. We've already got enough signatures. We'll look at it. And it's, even when there's no signatures, when it's brand new, it's already saying, oh, 5 people have already agreed to it. Don't sign this. We don't want you to sign this. You don't need to. It'll go ahead just fine. When really it won't. But the main one I'm putting up is one to petition to compensate people who have been affected by delays in benefits. So anyone who has been delayed 3 or more months and have lost their home as a result of that delayed benefit. So when rent arrears is the reason, because of non-payment of benefits, then they should be compensated. And I think £100,000 plus £10,000 for every month until the council rehome them is perfectly reasonable, because they're doing it to save money and be arseholes, and to get a home straight away, pretty much that's the money you'll need, and compensation for all the hardship and stuff you've been going through in the meantime, especially when they take 4 bloody years to take the whole situation to resolve. So yeah, it should encourage them to not do this to people, and I really don't think it's a fair system. So that's my petition. Whether people will side with that or not is up for people to decide, but obviously I need 5 signatures to go ahead to get it to even go live. But I think it's only fair that they should be compensated, even if it's not on those levels. To a degree, they should be fairly compensated for the hardships and loss. So, if they're not going to rehome them immediately, and they're not even going to make any efforts to remotely rehome them back in the area where is their home, then I think it's only fair that they should be able to have the money to replace all that they've lost and get a new home and all the hardships and everything in the meantime. So, yeah. That is why I've chosen those levels. So, up to you to whether you decide with that. Ignore any comment trolls below, because it's a council issue. Yes. So, thanks for watching, and goodbye.